Ulysses has an impressive profile for a young sire. Not only is he a dual Group 1 winner, but he is by sire as Galileo and out of an Oaks winner in light shift. He stands at Cheveley Park Stud, and Chris Richardson introduces us to Ulysses as well as to some of the foals from his first crop.
As a racehorse, I think he was hugely talented, but was much more precocious, perhaps, and a lot more speed than his breeding would have suggested. He was trained by Sir Michael Stoute, owned by the Niarchos family, their Flaxman holdings. Very competitive over a mile and a half, but he won the Eclipse over 10 furlongs. He won the Juddmonte International in very impressive style. He's by Galileo, who is one of the sensational stallions of all time, really. His family, well, it goes back to Northern Trick. He's out of Light Shift, who won the Oaks, and he was a half-sister to Sheba. So it's one of the foundation families for the Niarchos. You can see he's just one of the most magnificent horses. He stands over plenty of ground, he's got a beautiful head, he walks extremely well. As I say, he just ticks all the boxes, really, and I suppose when you consider there are so many sons of Galileo and the influence that Galileo is having, to have a son of his out of a mare like Light Shift and a pedigree like that, you've got to be excited. Most of the people say, "Can we come back?" I suppose, look, they're like him. They're very good physicals. They have great movement. But I think the interesting thing is that mentally, they're characters. Even when they were first born, sometimes when you walk in the box, the foal goes rushing off behind the mare. But these foals, or certainly in our experience, they walk up to you very proudly and stick their heads up and say, "Well, who are you?" We've got two very nice foals going to Goffs. One is out of a mare called Foals in Love, who is the dam of C. Henge, who won the Champagne Stakes Group 2. He is a nice horse, balanced individual with a nice walk, who looks progressive. We've got a very nice colt out of Troan, who is by Wootton Bassett. She's a full sister to Almanzor, who won the Champion Stakes, and he's got a good physique, good walk. We've got a selection of colts going to Tattersalls as well for the foal sales. We've got a nice chestnut colt out of a mare called Lead. She is by Dutch Art. She's a full sister to Exhort, who is a filly we raced this year and who was a stakes winner and Group 3 placed, and is a half sister to Golden Horde, who obviously was successful for Clive Cox. Then we've got a nice colt out of a mare called West of the Moon, who's a pivotal mare. She's a daughter of Canda, so going back to, once again, another foundation family for the Niarchos. I suppose one of the ones, the standout, is the Ulysses filly out of Furbelow, who is the dam of Advertise, who has won 3 Group 1s. We're quite excited about having a half-sister to him. And we also have an attractive filly out of a mare called Sacre Caroline. The mare herself is a half-sister to Lady Eli, who won 5 Group 1 races. Another fantastic pedigree and a very exciting filly. We also have Integral, who, as I say, she was a dual Group 1 winner, and we have a very nice filly out of her. It's fantastic that the support that that not only we have given, but breeders have given Ulysses. Considering he, his first book had 8 Group 1 winners, and he also covered 6 dams of Group 1 winners. So you can see the sort of quality of mares that he had going forward. He had a very strong book in his first year, and we're very, very excited about what we're seeing. And hopefully, we can go to the sale, and people will share in the excitement and enthusiasm that we have.